Hey, Kevin here, top 100 financial advisor, two-time author, one-time bestseller, and we are here to talk about the stock market. And from time to time, y'all ask amazing questions via email, sometimes text message. I said email already, DMs, sometimes just in the comment section, and I like to answer them. So we had one person that asked about the VIX, and my Uncle Travis, out of Cedar Hill, Texas, asked me about Moderna and Pfizer. And I also had someone else reach out to me via Instagram about Moderna. And the question was this: why is it if Pfizer and AstraZeneca and a lot of these other companies, Moderna, if they are all in this vaccine thing together, they all have a vaccine and we had some positive news, why is it that Moderna it has been crazy and kind of blown everything out the water and Pfizer is kind of like, man, right? So my answer to that is basically this. Netflix is to Disney what Pfizer or what Moderna is to Pfizer, meaning that the larger, more established company doesn't, at least in terms of the market doesn't really see them having as much space to grow. Pfizer is well established. They've been around forever. They pay great dividends. Something like a Moderna, it hadn't even been like I tried to pull up a chart from Moderna for the last 5 years. They're new, and we talked about this. This is one reason why I did not invest in Moderna, not because it's not a good company, just because it's relatively unknown. And if you go back and look at any chart, you'll see that it started off, nothing. Then COVID hit, and it just exploded out of nowhere. I don't know enough about Moderna in terms of like what do they do once this thing is over. I don't know. I know what Pfizer's going to do. They're still going to be here, and they're still going to be solid. It's a very solid blue collar stock. Like it's just there. Same thing with Johnson Johnson. That's the stock that I went with, and I sold it. And we'll talk about why in a different video. But we know Johnson Johnson going to be here. It's going to pay great dividends. It's not going to be Moderna, and I said that when I bought it. It's not going to be a Netflix, but it's going to be here. It's going to be solid, and we know this because Johnson & Johnson is like 100 years old. Like, Coca-Cola is another example, and we can do this all day. Like these old established companies, you are not going to see, 10, 15, 20% in a year, let alone a month, like a Moderna does. Same thing with Ford and Tesla. Like the list goes on. But I wanted to give you some comparison numbers here. So, for example, over the past year, which this is crazy, especially for Disney, I had to double check this to see if this was right, but Disney is only up 1.95% over the past year from today, which is, I don't have the date, here it is, December 2nd. So as of today, it's only up 1.95%, barely 2% over the past year. All this talk about Disney Plus, and it is, kind of come up, but it all depends on when you invest in it. So from December to December, it ain't been up all that much. And if you bought at the dip back in March, then you may be looking real nice right now. But again, standard number, 1 year. Compared to Pfizer, Pfizer's been up 10%. Okay, big deal. But again, these are older, established players. Disney, we've all known for a while. They got a lot of baggage too. They've been around. Netflix is up 59% over the past year. And Moderna, again, they're brand new. They're up 602% over the past year. If you look at Netflix and if you decide to go 5 years, Moderna doesn't have a 5-year chart, clearly. But 5 years, Disney up 40%. Guess what? Pfizer up 46%. They are very, very similar, older, established, pay dividends, relaxed, right? And Netflix is up 302%. So that's really the difference between the two. Now, which one works for you? It depends on what your goals are. If you're looking to kind of get you something that's going to excite you, that's going to make money in the next 3 to 6 months, then, things like Moderna, like Netflix, like Tesla, these newer players that people are more excited about, I mean, really, the more excitement you see about some things, the higher the stock is going to go because people like you and your friends are going to buy it. That's going to push the stock up, and it's going to get a lot of buzz, and that's what can help the stock. Now, on the opposite end of that, when the buzz wears off, is it a legit company or not? That's what you have to be concerned about. I think, Moderna is probably a lot more reliable than a lot of these other random upstart companies that people haven't heard of. Neo, or take this one even before going there. And now I'm forgetting it. The Electric Nikola. That was one that had a lot of buzz, but at the end of it, wasn't wasn't real great. Same thing with Kodak. Kodak has been around for a while. It got a lot of buzz, and it really wasn't all that good. So Moderna, I still need to learn more about it to see if I personally am going to jump into it. In all likelihood, I'm probably not. Just because it just doesn't have the history that I need to be comfortable as an investor. You can do what you want to do, and people have made a lot of money from it, and I ain't mad at you, right? But you want to make sure that you do what fits for you. So if it fits for you, if you want something that pays you dividends and just, I know I'm not going to go broke with this, then do that. The key is though, regardless of your profit, whether it's 2%, which not exciting, but you made money. If it's 10% in Pfizer last year, not a whole lot, but you made money, then that's the most important thing. Are there things that'll shoot to the moon? Sure. You don't have to have it. And I also add, and I've talked about this before, it doesn't have to pay dividends to be good. Dividends are an indicator, though, that they are somewhat of a mature company. And what they try to do, at least corporate theory, is, well, I can pay you these dividends, $2, a penny, whatever it is, or I can take these dividends and put it into more technology. I can take these dividends and invest in more stuff so I can go grow more quicker. A stock like Netflix and Moderna that don't pay dividends is one reason why you see those growth numbers being a lot different. Whereas Pfizer, they're going to pay you a dividend. If they want to grow quicker, if they even can grow in any other way, because they still came out with the same vaccine, not the same vaccine, but a vaccine before anybody else, right? So it's like, what else can I do with this money? I'm already this big, I already got all these drugs. What else can I really do? That's one reason why they do it. They get tax breaks and other stuff like that. So that's the reason why you always want to kind of compare what you're looking for. You can own all of them if you wanted to. You would have made money in all situations, which is good. But you just want to understand like why some companies move the way they do. Sometimes it's sentiment, sometimes it's the perceived growth, and other times, people just like who's new on the block. All right, that's it for me.